Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with day 8 of the 12 days of Christmas Scraplifts over at Scrap Squad. And as I've mentioned before, they've got a great Facebook page where every week on Fridays they'll post a lift, and the team posts theirs in the coming days, and you can post yours anytime. You can go back if you're looking for an idea. It's a great resource for checking out not only the original that they've chosen for you to lift, but also seeing what the team and the other members of the group have done. So it's a great group, and I love the people. So this for the 12 days, they're posting every day for day 1 through 12, obviously, of the month of December. And Shannon Allor, who is my partner in crime on Challenge Accepted, and I are doing our daily videos as we did last year. And Keighley Brennan, who's one of the Scrap Squad team, is joining in. So be sure and catch their videos. I'll have their links in my video description box. I think today's video is going to be fairly short. I have a fairly limited set of supplies here. Everything I think is kind of coming from these two collections. The gold and white striped vellum is, and this floral print with the gold accents are both from Christmas on Market Street by My Mind's Eye, which is a 2015 collection, and we were given this by My Mind's Eye as attendee gifts in our swag bags at one of the Scrap Happy reunions. And I was thrilled because the collection, it was not only a collection kit with lots of embellishments and lots of papers, but I think there were 4 copies of each page. So you could cut one apart like I've done here, except for this strip, or you could die cut them, you could fussy cut, or you could just use the whole page. So it's wonderful. And I can't say enough about this gold striped vellum. So it's gonna be beautiful. Okay, so I'm back to Copenhagen today. This is a picture of my adorable hubby, who is standing by the guard at the Royal Castle in Copenhagen, and we're getting ready for the changing of the guard. Either that or we've just seen the changing of the guard. And for this changing of the guard, the band came out. The Queen was in residence in the castle that day, so she asked the band that does the drums and things like that normally for the changing of the guard. She asked them to do Christmas carols. So the guards, who are normally very stoic, I think kind of moved along with the music a little bit. And the whole crowd, they were all singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and in English. And this was, of course, in the middle of Denmark. So anyway, it was a wonderful, wonderful trip. And I love that picture of John, so I'm gonna use it. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, this is the original. I don't know if I showed you that. There's this candy cane stripe here, and it's also repeated at the bottom of this dark background polka dot. And there are white snowflakes on white background. They're different sizes, but all the same shape. And then there's a little cluster up in here. So, and there are some stars sprinkled about, and I still have a few of these gold stars that I used on my last layout, so I'm going to try to use those. And I've got all kinds of snowflakes cut out. I have 2 of each shape, so I may do, kind of scatter them about, and we'll see if I decide to maybe overlap. They don't do it in the original, but I may overlap the striped or the horizontal pieces. Anyway, let's do this, and I'm going to carefully do a little bit of adhesive on the back of one of the gold stripes. And I've kind of got it overlapping so that it doesn't show through the vellum, because I want it to look fairly clean, I think. Here, and it lines up pretty well. Okay, and I'm going to just put this down flat. I'm kind of trying not to put a lot of fuss and bother into this. I'm going to move this down because I have fairly tall photos. I'm going to adhere this kind of up at the top so that I can tuck this under. Okay, I need room for those snowflakes, right? Okay, so now here I'm gonna do along this top edge the part that'll be tucked under the floral strip. And this is always a hassle for me trying to get this straight. I probably ought to, especially if I'm pressed for time, I ought to do this ahead of time, off camera. Let's see. I think it seems to me like that's not straight. What does it look like to you? Seems like that needs to come down more. Probably not. Okay, now I've got the photo. I have a white mat, and then I did the diagonal stripe. I'm going to put it kind of here, even though I hate covering up even that little bit of that red flower. And I've got this that I thought I'd do just right along. This is going to serve as my title too. And what it is, lately it occurs to me what a long, strange trip it's been. It's kind of just a reflection on all the places that that hubby and I have been together, and that's especially, it's especially meaningful to me to keep that in mind right around these days. And I will say that okay, let me put this a little over here. I was driven a little too much by the fact I didn't want to cover up that red flower. So let me do this. And then I have a die cut banner here that I'm going to write let's see, changing of the guard, Royal Palace, Copenhagen. And I will put some foam behind it. And I'm gonna put it right here. I die cut that out of the same photo paper, which is really high rag content, a textured mat by Epson, and it is a paper that I had the hardest time getting a good image on it when I first started using it. And I have no idea whether the software changed or my luck changed or I did something different in a setting. The last few times I've printed on it, it's just picked up the colors beautifully. And the filter I used here kind of added some texture. I have a depth of field here that causes him to be clear and everything else to be fuzzy, and so that gives the light and the door and this everything, you know, around here, the guard stand, kind of a nice texture. So, and I had this left on one of the cut aparts. The other piece of paper, this red and white stripe, is Carta, A Very Merry Christmas by Stephen Duncan, and I love anything that Stephen Duncan designs. This is Days of Christmas, and there were cut aparts with 25 little cards on the back, and I had another sheet of it, so I went ahead and used those there. So I'm going to put that about button level there and use that. It's not much in the way of embellishment so far. I've fussy cut this and thought I'd have that coming out of the photo mat. So burnish that in and kind of curl it up. And then I have this that I thought would be cute right in here, and I can have that coming out of the photo mat the other way. Okay, that is gonna work. So let's see how that, there, it fits in that way perfectly, and it overlaps onto this little title card, I'm gonna call it, since I'm gonna use that as my title. Now, the rest of this is gonna take some glue, and I'm just going to kind of scatter, and I'm not going to have nearly as many as the original because my photo and I think my other elements are a little bit larger. Okay, so, and I am going to do some, like I said, some overlapping, and it was snowing that day, so it's an appropriate symbol. When I do pictures of Christmas in that we celebrated in either Louisiana, Texas, or here in Georgia, I usually don't include snowflakes as an image because, you know, there's usually no snow. I do remember, I think it was maybe Barrett's first Christmas, when his mom and dad came to Houston. They were living in Georgia at the time, and they came down, and it actually snowed on Christmas Day. So that was maybe the first white Christmas I'd ever experienced. Let me do that right there. I've got a couple others. Maybe I'll tie one in. Well, actually, let me do some foam to prop that up. The others haven't had a good center section for foam. I just pulled out every die I had and folded a piece of thin white cardstock. Do it that way. And I'll do another one maybe right in here. Actually, let me start changing these up. I have this cute one right here that I kind of want to use. But this white snowy Christmas, I guess we had snowy Christmas in Belgium. I can't remember. Was it snowing in Brussels? that Christmas. It definitely was snowing at Thanksgiving when I was there learning my new job. Okay, let me do that one there. And I've got a couple small ones. I may as well fill in all the white spots. With little snowflakes. And I kind of like that they're different styles and shapes. Okay. I think it's done except for the little tiny gold hearts. Let me get those up and kind of scatter them around among the snowflakes. And I'll put one on this card. We have been listening to Grateful Dead lately, so you might be able to tell that from that's what maybe triggered that particular title. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish killing this sticker sheet off camera. I'll end the video now because I need to get it uploaded. But I love it. I love it. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like it. You can really see the gold on there. So it's a beautiful but extraordinarily simple page. The original even isn't, you know, really heavily embellished. There's this strip that I don't have, but this kind of stands in for it. And I don't have the multi-font, multi-word title or the calendar there, but you know, I kind of have a few of the things. I would have liked an ampersand, but I couldn't find one that was the right size. It would have been nice to put right in there. But anyway, I'm happy with it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.